Kwinganaloma, need a Shinjalilano, need the Longomawak, the Kwachlina, Wak Makuladem, Nishnabe, Ninonjai, Delaware Nation. My name is Bruce Stonefish. I'm the Executive Director of Indigenous Education Coalition. I'd like to welcome you to our alternative classroom called Nmaachihna. Nmaachihna is a living village that we've developed to offer culturally and community-based programming for our First Nations kids and for the public school systems. For this alternative classroom, we've developed over 60 different programs. Our programs change with the seasons. We have 15 different programs that are either day-long, overnight, or even week-long. The first step of building these wigwams, we had to actually cut 120 different cedar trees. In April is the time when the sap runs in the poles, and we're able to strip the cedar poles from end to end. We also had to collect bark, and trying to be true to the different materials that we traditionally used in the village before contact. We had to find bark in the abundance to actually cover 30 by 20 size wigwams. In our property here, we didn't have enough poplar trees or trees big enough to cover wigwams of this size. So we actually traveled to Maryland in the United States to collect tulip poplar, and we brought back 31,000 pounds of poplar bark. Actually 12,000 square feet to build these wigwams. These sheets that came off these trees, some of them were like 4 by 6 feet long. And we had 4 days to put them on our lodges. As you can see, they're fastened with traditionally made tie downs. We tried not to use any, or did not use any nails or wire or anything of modern tools. All this is built from traditional materials. It took us about 6 weeks to put these together. The building of these wigwams has been a real learning experience for us. We haven't lived in these homes for over 200 years. As far as the smoke holes, learning the technology of the smoke holes and how the smoke comes out of the top with the wind draft. Let's go inside and take a look. We have to keep these fires burning inside of these all year round in order to keep the bark dry and keep the mold from coming out.
Bonjour, Indigenous, Indigenous, Mang and Dodem, Joboy Nishnabe, and Dao, Deshkan Zibi and Dwinjaba. My name is Bidige Gijik in the Ojibwe language, and it means coming in daylight. Here at Nmaachihna, which in the Lenape language refers to we are going back to the place where we live, or we are returning home. We are running cultural programming that will ensure a cultural identity for our students and our communities. We look to meet the standards set within the Ministry of Education by meeting the curriculum expectations, whether it be through science, mathematics, language arts, history. Nmaachihna looks to focus on activities such as firelighting, traditional firelighting using a flint and striker or using a bow technology. Through those activities, we know that we could educate the child so that they learn their cultural identity through fire making, but also that they learn the curriculum expectations such as science when we're talking about heating and energy, the importance of fire prior to electricity, that we incorporate all those things into the lesson plans of Nmaachihna to ensure that there's a well-rounded education that the child receives, that this can become an extension of the classroom outside of their schools. We will be doing a number of activities like building a wigwam like you see here in front of us. An activity that we could do within 1 day's period, where we'll have trained experts from the community here of Delaware Nation working with the youth, working with the children to build these and to show them how they're built. We can teach them mathematics, how to lay out and plan out these wigwams, we can teach them design and technology by the very way that we bend the poles to make the arbors and the arches within the wigwam. These things are technologies that our grandfathers and our ancestors, our grandmothers once knew, And we hope to be able to teach that to our children.
In addition to the wigwams, we've built an entire village around them. We have 2 structures. Right now we have a number of different exhibits that we have here. When we bring students through here, we hope to show them different programs such as hunting, fishing, picking medicines, cooking outside, and all understanding the teachings and the worldview of First Nations and how we are interrelated and directly connected to the land. We have a number of exhibits in our village, a wetland exhibit, a cooking exhibit, doing dugout canoes, workshop where we make our tools and tend to our crops, tanning hides. There's a number of things that we'll put our students through in the programming when they come out here. In addition to the student programming that we have, we hope to bring in teachers and actually do teacher training and have them learn firsthand on the land about Native studies and First Nations peoples.
Here in the Delaware Nation, there's been a rich history of fishing from the river during the pickerel run in the springtime. With that tradition comes many different practices. Practice that was perfected here in this community, though, amongst the Lenape people, was netting fish, netting pickerel. And so when we transfer that knowledge and we bring that knowledge into the classroom or here at the site in Nmaachihna, what we're talking about, well, when it comes to curriculum expectations that are from the Ministry of Education, we can talk about biodiversity and fish species. We can talk about the Thames River, which is one of the most diverse rivers in Canada. So then we begin talking about geography. We start talking about landscapes here in southwestern Ontario. So we know that we can teach our children the cultural ways of our ancestors, but also include in that and meet the expectations of Western academia. So that we teach our children the best of both worlds, and that we ensure that they have a cultural identity, a strong sense of who they are, so that when they go out into the world, whatever they choose to be, they will be successful in that. And we know that we can do that here in Nmaachihna.